Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Brock Purdy, the Super Bowl, Kyle Shanahan, 49er offense. We are diving into it. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community, and really more than a reminder, this is a little bit of a foreshadowing that over at the Quarterback School Patreon community, very soon-ish, there will probably be an entire full game breakdown of this game from both sides of the ball. So if you're interested in even more detail, more nuance from this game, from both sides, you will love the Quarterback School Patreon community. Hop over there, join, become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. I certainly appreciate your support. The link is in the video description. As for this video, let's get into it. Brock Purdy, Kyle Shanahan, 49er offense. What the hell happened in the Super Bowl? We're going to try to make sense of it. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have to lock in here with me for a hot second. Right here, though, I thought Purdy came out. Thought the scripted plays looked pretty damn good. Little play action. Slightly moved the launch point. Rip an in-breaker. Purdy showed great poise. I think a thing that jumped out for me, something that we kind of talked about earlier in preparation for this game, things to pay attention to, condensed formations, right? We're going to do play action. So fake into McCaffrey, get the full slide action, use check coming across the horizontal stretch with Debo. We're going to get the wrap in breaker right here with all that action, eye candy for the second level. You're going to displace some of these guys, create a lane, and rip that thing. If it wasn't there, you'd probably have Kittle on the 7 stop up top. So this is it. Really nice job. I thought the poise that Purdy started this Super Bowl with, pretty special. Locked in right here. Split field coverage. Action. Look at the base. I mean, it's just no wasted movement. Perfection. Rip it right on Ayuk. Now, why Ayuk wasn't targeted more? The explosiveness that essentially wasn't part of the offense in this one can be attributed to a lot of things, most likely just the Chiefs, especially being super talented on the back end, playing a hell of a game at corner. But watch the base from Purdy. Move the launch point, all his cleats in the ground, double team on Chris Jones. There's a lot to like about this one. Let's go. But it starts to go a little sideways, even early in this one. So for me here, obviously, this is a miss. Okay, we're going to skip this thing to Debo. Now, there's a few things that I want to talk through. Some of them you might not agree with, and I'm very comfortable with that. But I think at the end of the day, Purdy expects to make a better throw to this over. Now, I'm going to talk about what I think the intent of this thing is, and then we'll talk about the actual execution of it. So what is this play? This is post, over, or crosser. Every team runs this. Every team. You know, when you catch split field coverage, meaning two safeties back, in a quarters-ish look versus a two look, so quarters-ish, I would bet a lot of money that we are reading this player right here, this safety. We want to throw the post. We're calling this to throw the post versus quarters. We get quarters. Now, does this safety insert into the play action fake? If he does, the post is for sure going up. Even if he doesn't, which I would argue he doesn't here, but he turns and is running with his back to the quarterback. You saw Patrick Mahomes throw a post with a safety with his back turned. I would like to see this ball thrown. Okay? Now, this is not a news flash, but Purdy and I are not the same person. Okay? I would think Purdy has shown that he does not push the ball down the field on these types of throws, whether they're big posts or big flags, as much as I would like. It's my opinion. It's my channel. Deal with it. But I think if you're facing a team that plays so much split field coverage, two safety, middle field open coverage, and you want to try to throw a post, this is that opportunity. Okay, so you don't like it. And it's not the end of the world that he doesn't throw it. I'm just pointing it out because he continually turns down those big shots down the field, big opportunities. If you don't like it, the Purdy that we've seen over the course of his career has played with a great base. Even the first snap of this video showed great base. But right here, he's going to triple heel click. 1 heel click, 2 heel click, 3 heel click, and then he's going to throw a skipping stone to Debo on a throw that he crushes. He destroys the intermediate deep throw. Not the deep throw, this intermediate zone. So just a bummer all the way around for me. Missed opportunity, big play action, 8-person protection. Again, you be the judge up top. Post, right there, throw it. And now I know Ayuk is not by him yet, but 20's got his back turned running. He's a safety. That's our number 1 receiver. Throw it. Okay? That's my initial take. Next take, keep your base. Click, 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 skip. Damn. So missed opportunity for me there. And watching the footwork here, click, click, click. You just don't see 13 play like this very often. Now, I get it. You might have to like launch yourself, like crow hop to get that thing going from the warning track if you throw it. But just play with your normal base. Give us a better throw. 3 heel clicks is going to be tough. Dang. Next one here, 3rd and 9. Thought this was a really nice job of working the matchup that you want versus the defense. 22 and 38 playing at a really high level on the back end corners for Kansas City. 84 goes in there, does a nice job running the little deep out corner, run away from leverage. Nice 3rd and long conversion. You know, is it what I say it's Purdy's perfect rhythm base that we're used to seeing? No. But the matchup, absolutely. Surgical. Love the fact that that's where they go. What I'm talking about here is 38, 22, locked in. I mean, sticky coverage all game, all over the place. So what are we going to do? Find a different number. Come out here, work this thing. That's a hell of a lot more space than they got most of the day. So again, would I prefer it if Purdy was in his normal rhythm with his perfect clean base and let this thing go a little bit more on time? Sure. But it's certainly good enough. It certainly works really well. And look at that coverage out there everywhere else. Sticky. I mean, it's tight. Besides for the check down. Get the leverage we want. Outbreaker. Nice ball. Great. I think potentially an earlier ball allows us to catch it and stay in bounds. You know, is this the normal? I know we're getting spider cammed here, but that's not the normal footwork for me for Purdy with as far as the hitches, the movement, the kind of wasted movement, lower half. Now he certainly overcomes it, puts it on him. Nice 1st down conversion here. Next one here. And I know this one is going to be the first of a number of ones that are going to get in people's feelings. Okay. But I'm going to say that this ball should go to Ayuk at the bottom. Now, again, do we know exactly what their read is? Absolutely not. I do not pretend to know what their read is. But I can tell you just the structure of how these things are layered and played. You couldn't play this thing low to high. It would have to be high to low. And I get it. It's still a big chunk. But you get your guy hit hard. You're fortunate that he holds on to it. Again, we're still in the condensed formations, which is a whole different kind of video, if I'm being honest. But this deep flag, this deep pylon, I feel like I've pointed out damn near every Purdy video. And he's had a great year. But in my opinion, it has been an issue not throwing these things all year. I almost earmuffed you there, but I'm going to hold it together. So my thing about it is, yes, 38 is a very good football player. Is he taking that away? Maybe. Maybe I just have more faith in this guy than they do. I don't know. But I would want that ball thrown if I was Ayuk. I would want that ball thrown if I was calling this play. Now, if you're not comfortable with it, and he's the decision maker, so he gets to decide, it's pretty nice to be able to come out and get a big chunk. Now, you get your guy hit pretty hard, but to me, that's an outcome because we're not willing to push this thing down the field. They just didn't push it down the field ever successfully. Again, it's just, to me, another missed opportunity here. Like, just let it go. And it might be my reality that he just doesn't have that club too. But I feel like damn near every video, every other video, We're talking about that throw to the bottom of the screen for Purdy. And it, again, I admit it's not wide open, but it's open. Get a big chunk, great. It's great that I can be so nitpicky on big completions. Okay, I recognize that. I acknowledge that in real time. You don't have to tell me in the comments. We can also acknowledge that we're getting our guy hit because we're not willing to throw the ball deep down the field. Next one here. Okay, I've seen a little controversy from this one with the all 22 gurus out there. So for me here, okay, there are a number of things that I got issues with this play. First of all, have we thrown a bubble to 19? If we have, I don't remember it in this game. Next, the throw absolutely should be better. In addition, do I love asking a fullback to run wheels? No. Do I like him even less when the fullback going to run into our number one wide receiver? Hell no. Okay, now, normally, I would say, this is like every high school coordinator's favorite play, fake screen. It's a great football play, okay, no doubt about it. I don't necessarily love it off a switch or like a X block here. We're going to come out here and bluff wheel this and then bluff seam this. It's not the end of the world. I personally prefer just post bluff wheel because I think the spacing of it is better. I will say if you're going to do, okay, and hang with me here, if you're going to do cross blocking, bluff seam, run it like a seam. So if you get a safety over the top, cross his face. Then it's best of both worlds. Is it a seam that then turns into a go down the field? I'm not familiar with that play. I'm not saying it's not there here, but I'm not familiar with that. It might be what they're trying to do, and good for them if they are. What they're probably not trying to do is get the fullback double teamed on the wheel and get the seam double teamed up the seam and get the screen covered. That's what they're probably not trying to do. And the reason that you're able to do that is because they push the coverage because you keep the backside in. There's no eligibles out down here. So design choice. Okay, now you compound that. Okay, again, I'm going to get hurty feelings here. This guy does not run hard, in my opinion. We got to keep running. Got to keep running. Got to keep running. And the ball's too far. We got enough time. The pass protection's good enough. I probably thought that as I watched more of the all 22, Purdy missed more opportunities than I realized during the broadcast. This is another missed opportunity for this offense. Okay, so first off here, don't love faking bubble when we never run bubble. Don't love the fullback running into the wide receiver. Don't love the wide receiver not running hard. Don't love the wide receiver not crossing the safety's face. Don't love overthrow long foul balls. Don't love Ayuk turning over the wrong shoulder. There's a lot not to like about this play. A lot. And I would imagine there are a number of errors on this play. Now, what I do like is 7-person slide protection. That's what I do like. Yes, please. Thank you for that. Again, I feel like I've tried to be really fair to 13 all year. And I think when he plays with great base, he's a really good player. That's great base. Not great base. Sky mail. Damn. Next one here, first play of the second quarter, 3rd and 14. Not a lot of great options, 3rd and 14. Okay, a little fast out motion down here to the bottom. Chris Jones wrecks the play. Purdy tries to get it up and down. And McDuffie makes a hell of a play. It's great coverage. Okay, now, again, I'm gently walking into your feelings, okay? First of all, McCaffrey saves this thing, or else it's a sack and we're punting. Okay, so great job from McCaffrey. Purdy, you would love to be able to get this throw up and down earlier. He's got to move with the pressure. Okay, now here's the part that I'm going to get into the feelings with. If this is the dude or a dude, and we're paying him like a dude, and we're going supposed to be fast out motion and just running by someone, this guy's a really good player, 22, no doubt. He maybe gets a step on him. And again, when I'm saying the arm thing, pushing the ball down the field, if this was a little bit, if we didn't have to move off the launch point, I think I would be hopeful that this would be a little bit of a better earlier ball. It's a tick late because we have to move. It's not there. 22 makes a hell of a play. It's good coverage, good recovery. He's got him by maybe a step. I would argue I would expect more. I would also argue that I would prefer, instead of this as a play, like that route, I don't know what that is. I don't know why you need to out motion to do this. I would expect this to be up, maybe give him a fake in and up. Give me a double move. You can out and up it. You can do anything. Why do we need to out motion to run a go? I don't know. So that's 22 locked in. 38 puts 11 on the ground. It's done. So there's not a lot of great options here. And the Pass Pro issue, it's just one of those things where, I can talk about the drop back game till I'm blue in the face with the 49ers. It is what it is. Look, where do you want it to go? He's got to move. The running back saves us. The offensive player of the year saves us in pass protection. Ayuk is on the ground. Debo is hip and hip, not creating damn near any space. Now, you could make the argument that McDuffie is grabbing his right arm, but you could also say, I'm just making excuses. Go up and make a contested catch. It's a hell of a play from 22. It's all of those things. So it's the pass protection, failure. Got to move. Don't really have the arm strength to rip it. So now we got to wait and get to the high back 5 here. And it's a hell of a play from 22. More than anything, it's a great play from 22. But there are a number of bummer variables. Next one here, 3rd and 8. Similar theme. Where do you want the ball to go, coach? Shift 3-by-1 to 2-by-2. The coverage is sticky. Where do you want the ball to go? Give me something. We got all these crazy motions and shifts, and we get in a condensed formation. We're static, and we're locked. We are locked up. There's nowhere to go with the ball. Sack. No. Sure, we'd love to throw it away, whatever. I just don't know what you wanted Purdy to do here. 3rd and 8. I mean, it's decent pass protection. You'd love to climb up in the pocket, reset, and throw. Look at Debo. Top right of the screen. Clamped. That's one-on-one. Clamped. Purdy can't get away from it. So, I mean, it's one of those things where, and again, I know I'm repeating myself, but the drop back game, the condensed formations, the static drop back game. So, right, you got all these motions and shifts and all this crazy stuff in the run game. You got these extra blockers. We're changing, adding gaps, doing all sorts of craziness. So for this, we did a shift, condensed formation, and we are clamped. It's 3rd and 8 in the Super Bowl. Clamped. Got no runaway opportunities. Got nobody winning. Got no opportunities for anybody to get a first down there. It's just, it's nowhere near good enough in this drop back game to give us answers for Purdy. There's nothing you can do. Up, got to go, can't get away from him, and we're punting. Next one here, another tough one for Purdy and Debo. So for me here at the bottom of the screen, we got Ayuk on the inside fade. It's not there. We're trying to attack the middle of the field. It's not there. We get the ball down to this little, I think they call it a shin route. I really, really dislike it. I think it's a very difficult throw. It's even harder when the wide receiver stops or slows down. Again, could he catch this ball? Absolutely. Could we give him a better ball? Yes. Who's more at fault here? To me, I think this ball has to be caught, but I think we could definitely give him a better ball. It's not a Tebow at his ankle, but it's not a perfect throw either. Now watch Purdy's feet. That's a lot of movement. That's a lot of wasted movement we don't normally see from 13. Click. Sinker. Closer to the line of scrimmage for some reason. Sinker. Bummer. Now, this type of concept down here to the bottom, inside fade, is much more of a man concept. Middle field closed man. So once it's split field coverage, it's never going to be inside fade down here to the bottom. You're going to work the number 2 up top, down the middle of the field to Debo. Now again, I'm used to calling this a little shin route. I will say, and I feel like I've said this before about this offense, this is a very difficult throw in my opinion, and they run it more than most teams. So it's like almost like a one-step kind of in. This almost has a little bit more of like under vibes, where it's a little bit more up and under control. But if you're going to catch split field coverage here, the inside fade is essentially a nothing burger. So you're going to work here, low to high right here. My thing is Purdy normally gets to that faster. And 19 looks like he changes his gait. Like, just run, dog. Keep the same speed. Be easy to throw to. I feel like he is a guy who looks like he's not easy to throw to. So no down the middle. And then again, it just looks like he's like half jogging, like a pitter patter, like and that's that's pretty damn close to a drop. And it's just one of those things for me where I feel like for the vast majority of the season, Purdy got through these things quicker. So no, down. To me, he's moving to trouble. So just stay right there on the trophy. Damn. Next one here. Another rough one for Debo. Down here to the bottom, number 1. First of all, he looks exhausted. That's supposed to be an inside fade. To me, it looks like he quits. Now, I've already warned you about being in the effort police and like getting in the feelings. The film is the film, y'all. We've seen this film from him all year. You can't be surprised when he does it ever. He does it consistently. So you can be like, oh man, you're really being a jerk. I'm describing the film. So up, quick out. You are literally never going to throw that off a play fake. Okay, so the design of this thing is funky for me from the jump. So you're never going to throw it to Ayuk like this. It is 0 down the field. This is a guy who gets paid like a dude. Getting clamped, quitting. This is the, earmuffs me here, this is the motherfucking Super Bowl. We got to win here. I don't care if this is an all-pro. This is press 0. You get paid like a dude, be a dude. Okay, so let's pretend here. So this is a no, he quits. This is a no just on play fake scheme-wise. Could we get it up here to the in route? I probably think so. It ends up coming to the check down. I don't think there's anything wrong with getting this guy the ball. But like, it just felt like we were skipping over things. It felt funky. Like, this is made to order. 0 press. Getting locked the fuck up. Let it wash over you. You tell me, there's no way you can look at that and tell me that he's not quitting. He stopped before Purdy's hit the back of his drop. Look at the in route. Lap him up top. Now, would I love Purdy to go from there to the in up top? Yes, because it's probably got a chance to score if you put it right on him and you make him miss. Oh my God. Frustrating. I'm telling you. Frustrating. See if we can watch Purdy's helmet here. So left, no, check down. So he just goes, looks like he goes almost Debo to check down, which again, not mad. We just missed the end. Again, just watching his feet, just more wasted movement than we normally see from 13. Ball right up on his face, smacked. Next one here, another rough drop back one for me. So everyone's all in a tizzy about the empty stuff. I got no problem with all the empty stuff. I'm not going to lie. If they want to put McDuffie down here on our fullback, knock yourself out. I love it. I'm not going down there. Great. But we got to be blocked up here to at least have a hot answer. We have a free runner from the left. So 32 is unblocked. The center is going to the right. 5-person protection. Guess who's getting clamped on the right? Now, whine about getting held. Okay. For me here, just watching the routes to the bottom, there's no hot answer. You're not going to throw a hitch to a fullback. I don't care what fullback it is, versus that guy. Okay, McCaffrey is not a hot. He's running a return. Ayuk is running a wrap in. Takes too long. It's not a slant or a post. So you have to be hot up top. You have to be hot to Debo. You have to. You have to. And again, these are things I admit. I'm not in the huddle. But this is not a hot route. It takes too long. This can't be a hot route, fullback to this against this corner. A wrap in is not a hot route. It takes too long. Kittle, whatever that is, not a hot route. The only hot route you have is Debo, and he's getting clamped at the line of scrimmage. Okay, the other thing I would do here is the center is going to the right. So that makes the free runner right here. I personally would want the line to go the other way so that my free runner was in my face so I could see it to Debo. Again, in addition, you could make the argument that this system doesn't allow, it looks like right now, this guy and this unit to either change the pass protection, to redeclare, like point to a different guy, or totally audible. Because this just doesn't have good hot answers. There's nothing wrong with having plays that don't have good hot answers. Just give us a tool to get out of them. This can't be it. 19 can't be the answer right now. He is not the answer versus these DBs. It's not good enough offensive system, structure, execution, personnel. Okay, wide back hit his wall there as far as creating separation versus a really good corner. And again, if the center goes to the left, I think we at least can take the hit off this to our back. Getting hit like that to me is a red flag for us not having pass protection tethered to concept. Watch his helmet. Bam. Damn. Next one here, the Jennings touchdown pass. Pretty sweet play from 15. No doubt about it. Looks like he actually makes a read. Like he's reading that crosser. No. Back to McCaffrey. It's almost like the check down screen. It's a beautiful play call. It really is. It's a, nice touchdown. I'm going to tread lightly here, but when we get back to the wide again, but man, I got so many problems with what 19 put on film in this game. I can't do it justice. Watch down here. 19 is the number 3 on the bunch. So we're going to fake the quick now screen. And we've got 2 personal protectors. So 2 personal protectors. I'm guessing they have MDM, MDM. That means most dangerous man. They're not going to tell him, who's who in the zoo. So right here, boom. You got to take one of these 2. Block the first one. Let this guy be the guy from depth, be the free runner. And then route-wise here, it looks like they are asking him to make a read, which is pretty damn impressive. Or that's just a clear crosser back over here to the touchdown. But just watch this, man. Don't let my description get away from what the film shows. Okay, you be your own judge. What is that? For who, for what? Well, I know for who, for what, but the film is not good enough. And it's pretty wild that they actually got a touchdown on it. How terrible would that be if they missed the touchdown because of a Olay block? Got Dorn out there trying to personal protect for his buddy. That's a dude in his room. That's the effort we're getting? That's a hell of a play. That's a hell of a throw. Nice finish. I saw some people trying to complain that there were guys downfield. I didn't see anybody downfield when he let this thing go. It's a hell of a play. Big touchdown. Take the lead. Halftime. You dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I really do appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me personally. So thank you for going over there and subscribing. Also, the Quarterback School Patreon community, already talked about it. You know about it. Hop over there, join, get the full game breakdowns pretty soon. We also have Quarterback School courses. Now, these courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep, deep dives on my favorite football topics. We have a course on RPOs, tempos, pass protection. The best-selling course is how to beat every coverage. We even have an entire offensive system available for you, so hop over there and enroll. The link is in the video description. We also have a bunch of free resources linked in the video description as well. Check them all out. And then finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. All right, we're into the second half now. The dreaded third quarter. Everybody's fired up about it. Empties. Not getting McCaffrey the ball. 3-by-2. Debo clamped. Chris Jones walking back into our lap. Lucky to get even a completion here on second and forever. So, I'm not sure exactly what you want Purdy to do here. He plays this about as historically quick as he ever does. It's there as far as McCaffrey coming open. This is just getting clamped, you guys. Like, I don't know what else to say. This is getting L'd, whatever this is supposed to be. Slant, short in, it's an L. Whatever it is, you can just put it down as an L. Then up top, this thing is usually read out kind of 2 here, and then the looper return for McCaffrey. And really, Purdy plays this thing pretty damn quick to go 1 all the way through 2 to 3 and able to try to get the ball to him, essentially hook shotting this thing because his forearm gets hit from his left guard. But, I don't want this to turn into a 19 video, but I do want you to watch the film and let the film provide the evidence for what was his performance. Now, do I love him as a static wide receiver? Nope. No doubt about it. That's an L. Got that shin route again from Ayuk up top. Don't love that route. Glorified underneath clear. McCaffrey does a nice job even getting that thing as a completion. Get up, fight for your life. So watch Purdy's helmet, right? No. Right? Look at the top right screen. He's already off of him. That is clamped. That is sticky. That is hip to hip. Back to your left. Really nice base. Go to throw it. Lap. That is just a disaster. Jesus, you can't even finish the throw? My goodness. Nice play from McCaffrey. Great job from Purdy just getting a completion there because he's not getting any help. Next one, 3rd and 11. Another tough situation here. Now, this one is a real bummer because we try to go up top. It looks like Kittle and Purdy aren't on the same page. Kittle looks back on this like pseudo double move. He's looking back for a flat ball. The ball's already in the air high. You can see Kittle's eyes right there are flat. He looks up to locate the ball, and it's already by him. I'm not sure he catches that regardless. Probably makes a better effort if he does see it. But man, I've got to make sure that I'm really clear here because I've tried to point out when 19 has struggled with some of these plays. This is not it. So this is a switch release, 19 to the corner for a big play. This is a winner chicken dinner. Now where he's looking with the ball, it looks like this is almost like an alert, like a double move, like up, set it, and go. So almost play that thing like, hey, versus the look you want, let's take a shot, 3rd and 11. It's unfortunate that he didn't come down here to the bottom because Samuel is a big winner. Ayuk is a big winner versus man on the crosser. So you've got these two, both would be first downs. Instead, we choose this matchup, and I get he hasn't touched the ball. He hasn't gotten enough touches. We want to get him the ball. A static condensed formation on 3rd and 11, double move to our tight end is probably not it. So the deficiencies of the drop back game just continue to reek. Really. I don't know how else you decide it or talk about it. But man, I've got to make sure I acknowledge 19 to the bottom. It's a nice win. Get vertical, separate. Damn. Ayuk. Watch Ayuk crossing the shield. First man coverage. Winner. That's a bummer. And it's one of those things that's I don't pretend to know the read. He likes the matchup. He takes it. Again, the pass protection is tough. Pushing back right in his lap. We can give him a better ball. He can find the ball. And man, it's just kind of, I think more than anything, bad luck he didn't read out the other side without knowing explicitly what their read is on the play. Bummer. Next one here. Again, third quarter. Again, second and long. Again, empty. First of all, I love wing slot. I love even more inverted 2x3 wing. Now, I don't love that shin route up top by Debo, although it's wide ass open here. We're late to Ayuk. So, again, I feel like I've already said in this video how much I dislike this shin route. Okay. I think Purdy's feet are all over the place. He's late to the out. Now, I've never played in this specific offense, so I'm not going to pretend to tell you what the read is. I can tell you what I would assume the read to be because of how it happens. This shin or one step short in is a hard ass throw. I just don't like the angle of it. Someone running this hard away. Now, this guy not going to run that hard. I'm running routes, but you get it. This happens first. I would bet a lot that this is one. Okay? Then McCaffrey, we've already seen on these loops or returns, that kind of happens second. Now, it could be third. This is where I'm going to put a question mark. 2, question mark. Where the ball ends up going to Ayuk on the deep out, it's certainly there. I would imagine this is 3, and you go low to high. It would be really hard to go 1 here to Debo, 2 here, 3 return. I've seen crazy shit like that, but I don't recommend it. So I would imagine it's just low to high. And if it's low to high, okay, we're coming after this guy. I'm coming after this guy for a lot of different reasons. This is there. The ball has to go here. Now, if I'm reading this thing incorrectly, or it's the opposite, so say this is the read, 1, 2, and this is like a late check down, 3. I doubt that's the read, but maybe it's 1 to 2. Well, if that's the case, we're late up here. Whatever way you slice it, it's not good enough. It's not it. Because Debo is certainly there. So again, I got to be really clear. When the film is the film, 19 is there. Put it on him. On him. If you're going to work the corner deep out to Ayuk, throw it. Throw it. It's late. Now the DB can make a play. Now we're out of bounds. Furthermore, the feet are leading Purdy to these late decisions. You just don't see this from him. Good base right there. Click. Moving off the launch point. Click. Hesitation. Late. Outside the numbers. Late. Damn. Same dreaded third quarter. 3rd and 10. Ho, baby. Hold on to this one. We go 3x1 to 3x1 condensed. We're going to try to rip Debo on a deep end. Dagger up top. Burst 2-man. It's never there. In fact, I would argue that this is a better route from McDuffie than it is Debo. It probably should be picked, probably is a turnover-worthy play. More than anything, it just shows crazy trust from 13 to let that thing rip for how 19 has been going this game. First, I'll talk about what exactly the routes are, and then we'll talk about some potential issues with it. So condensed formation, right? Condensed-ish, certainly condensed up here. Deep in, clear route, underneath, whatever, hammer, pivot, doesn't matter what you call it. This is 2-man. Whatever this is down here to the bottom, I think he runs an in too. Never my favorite in concept. 2-man. Okay, so first of all, 2-man right here. So he's going to be inside leverage versus our in route. So as he runs, he's got the leverage that we want. This is not a good look. And guess what? It's the exact same thing at the bottom. Inside leverage. In route. You guys, I can't be the only person that gets this frustrated about this drop back game. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. So, okay, say you want to do dagger. Say like, this is our best in route guy. We want to do dagger. Well, we just shifted, right? We shifted from 3x1 to 3x1 condensed. Well, how about this? How about we hit this thing on the run? And then how about we switch release it so that we hit this thing and then we can maybe distort the underneath coverage to then get some space in there. That's an easy fix. You're only bounded by your own creativity on how we could possibly do this. What you don't want to do is put 19 on the ball in a static route running downfield versus these DBs. It can't keep happening. The coverage is just so damn sticky. I just don't know where you want the ball to go if you're Purdy. I mean, he plays it on time. There's just nothing open, man. There's just nowhere to go with the ball. He rounds the end. It's never going to be there. It's a lot of faith. It's a hell of a play from 22, too. Make sure I give my flowers to the DBs there. Purdy footwork. Guess what? Click. Damn. Next one here, 3rd and 5. Okay, again, we're going to go empty. Again, I have no problem with going empty. In fact, I like it when you put one of the backs out wide, so now you know it's man, who's who in the zoo. Stack release down here to the bottom. Jennings does a great job separating at the top. It's an easy first down, 3rd and 5. Protect the ball there maybe at the end. But this is one of the more open completions all day on just a little quick out, stickish. Now, the other thing to pay attention to here is Ayuk up top on the little stop route. So, yes, it's empty, but we're getting 6-person protection. We're keeping Kittle in. So it presents as empty, played as 6-person protection. Again, I love Ayuk at the top. Boom. That's a win on a stop route from a tight, condensed formation. Down here to the bottom. Great job by 15. That little stick right there and push off as the guy's falling. I mean, that's as open as we got all day. It's a nice 3rd down conversion. I like the stack formation element of it. I like getting the matchup, getting the hell away from 22 and 38. Let's work any other matchup, and there it is. Good for you. First down, let's go. Next one now. Start of the 4th quarter, down 3. We're going to rip an in up top to Ayuk. We're going to shift, LOL shift, 5 yards deep. First 22, man coverage. Good luck, dog. Now, finally, we get a correct motion up top to get the matchup we want with Ayuk on somebody besides 38 or 22. It's a matchup league. It's not a news flash. Finally, we get there. They use motion from an empty, condensed formation. Purdy puts it right on him. Again, that's as much space as you saw all day. Okay, so let's talk through exactly what this is, because this is great offensive architecture. This is the drop back game I want to see. Now, it's LOL, guys, that he lines up 5 yards deep here. Okay, this has got to go away from football. There's no reason to do this. They treat him as a wide receiver. This is 22. He's got no chance. No chance here. What I do love, though, is now we take Debo out, extend the formation on the out motion, and then we get 38 out of here. So we've got 22 down here. We've got 38 out here. Now we can get Ayuk work in the middle of the field. Boom. Watch him do this guy dirty at the top of this thing. This is what they wish they would have done more of. I mean, you can just come back and run the same damn play. This is just man coverage. They're treating McCaffrey as a wide receiver. He's running a go from 5 yards back. You tell me you're a genius, and then you tell me you want to run a go from 5 yards back. I'm going to disagree, dog. That's a hard no for me. But I do love the route combination up top. I love Ayuk at the top of that route up top. Watch how fast he turns that thing. Tight turn. Does that DB dirty. All sorts of space. It's outstanding. It's really nice. It's crazy that one side can be so bad design-wise. The other side can be perfect. And again, I know Kittle doesn't have a great statistical game. It's an anomaly to find an inline guy who can block an edge like that in the pass pro game. It's special. That's what it is, actually. It's really special. Big hookup. First down, let's go. Next one here. This one's a shame, man. This is a bummer on a number of different levels. I love the design. Go from 1x3 nub to 2x2 to 3x1 play action. 38 swing and a miss on 19. So if I'm going to be on 19 about getting clammed down, I got to make sure I'm really explicit when he goes above and beyond right here up top. So post shift. Watch him up top. Snead's going to come up and try to bench press his face. Whoop, miss. Now, would I love for him to just run and put the mailbox down to keep running? Yes. Do I think it would matter on the throw? No, I think he just skymails it. Now, the reason he skymails it is because our center gives up an edge to a really good defensive lineman. You know, I want to put this kind of on both of them, if I'm being honest. I don't think it's just on Purdy. I don't think it's just on the center. I think Purdy potentially, I wouldn't be shocked at all if Patrick Mahomes threw this with no hitch. He's just got such great control at the back of his drop. Purdy hitches into this thing and misses it. Now, the other part about this is not my favorite spacing either. So I'm, in my terminology, this is just 3 verticals to a side. They get there with a funky condensed formation, but this should be more specially. This should be more seamy, and this should be more go-y, like on the outside, like better space. This feels more condensed than it has to be when Kittle goes vertical, Debo gets pushed from his seam, and then Juszczyk is running down the side hash. So it just feels tighter than it should be. That's an excuse. I personally think Purdy should make this throw, can make this throw. I would love to see him throw with no hitch just because he pops open. This at the line of scrimmage is what I would want to see all day. Gap him and go. Because it was there were opportunities for this. He just wasn't good enough all day. When he was good enough, they either didn't throw it to him or missed him. So it can be both. He had his moments. They didn't hook it up. Purdy not good enough. Pass protection not good enough. From the back here, you can see the potential for Purdy to go no hitch right there. Throw it. You can see Debo throwing up the mailbox. Yes, I see the color from Chris Jones. Yes, he's a hell of a football player. No doubt about it. Maybe, and again, this is just me kind of projecting my own issues into this, but instead of having this like fake to nowhere, I would like this to be more like pass pro centric, where let's fake this and then where's 95? Just put a star by him. Wherever he is, we exit through his gap. We exit through his shoulder. That's just how you can get away from it. And then again, would anybody be surprised if Purdy came out here, faked it, hit his back foot, drifted a little, and made this throw? I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I'm honestly surprised that he didn't. I'm not saying it's an easy throw. It's not. He's just played better than this all year. So McCaffrey, exit through 95. That's a coaching thing, in my opinion. That's a pass pro plan. Purdy, make that throw. No hitch. Move. Make the throw. Make the throw as you're getting hit. Damn. 4th and 3, one of the better calls of the game, both game management wise and just easy scheme, working Kittle on the quick out, middle field closed, man. Kittle wins. Nice job at the top of the route. Nice job making sure he gets the first down. Big time throw from Purdy. It's not the most difficult throw in the world, throwing a little quick out or flat, but it's easy. It's right on him. It's 4th down. I mean, this is crucial situational football. Super Bowl, 4th down, up top, slot. Watch just a little suddenness from Kittle at the top of the route. That little Kelsey right there. Got him. Separation. It's really nice. Just clean, easy, good pass protection. Gets the ball out quickly. Throw. Right on him. Big first down. Massive. Next one here, 2nd and 9. This is a touchdown pass on that little shin, short in or slant up top to Jennings. Now, we get a free runner on both sides. I think the offensive line probably in the wrong here this time at right tackle. Great effort from 15 getting in there on his way to be the MVP of the Super Bowl potentially. For me here, as the center goes to the right guard and right tackle, specifically the right tackle, should be out to 32. So the free runner should be on the left. Again, I prefer to throw hots into the free runner. Right here, it certainly works. It gets a touchdown. It's not against the rules by any means to throw hots away from a hot or away from a free runner. But you can see here, if you were to play at the bottom, it would be McCaffrey on the hot. So they run like probably some iteration of like snag or spot down here. Here's that little short in that I think is such a hard angle throw. That's not a slant to me. That's like that shin-ish, very specific route in this offense, paired with like a little looper return probably. And again, it's about having answers. So this is an answer. This is an answer. Technically, the free runner would be here. I think the right tackle should fan this thing, get out, slide to that side. It looks like they just miss him. But this is a nice job from Purdy. Great base, great timing, doesn't take a hit. Ball's out, touchdown. That's well done. Things are not perfect. That is a well done job from 13, being able to solve this thing. Got a free runner right in his face, probably a surprise. Put it right on him. Great job by 15 getting into the end zone too. Beating a really good corner, touchdown. Next one here, this is a pretty nice play. Getting the ball to Jennings again on a dagger, the number 1, as he shifts into a 1-by-3 wide bunch. Now, this is a pretty unique defense to get corners over and have them have the capacity to play Tampa like that. Probably something you're not expecting. Pretty cool that they have the structure to be able to do that and that their corners can play half-field safety as well. Nice ball from Purdy. Again, a little heel clicky. So just watching this adjustment. They go to bunch. This is 22 right here. So I'm calling that corners over. They're going to end up getting to cloud over here. Over the top. Rolled up. So when they do that and we run Ayuk through the middle, the middle of the 3 linebacker type is going to turn and run with him. The hook defender is just way too shallow, and it creates this big void for the in. So just a little bit of a unique, funky look here with 2 corners over. They've got the capacity to play half field or cloud to that. You can see the window with the hook defender staying near the line of scrimmage. I think it's 32. That high effort bubble down here from your boy, 19. All sorts of space, nice big completion. Again, just weren't a lot of opportunities to throw to open guys like this in zone coverage. Purdy taking advantage of it right here. Again, more heel clicky than I'd like, but that's a nice completion. So one of the plays of the game for me, 2 minutes left. They've got a chance to essentially get a first down here and take this thing all the way to a field goal and end this thing. 3rd and 4, we're going to be hot, free runner to the left, 22 off the slot. In my opinion, the ball should go to Ayuk as a hot dart. He's got his feet how I would want it set up. I would just want to catch and throw. So my big problem with this, and I feel like I say this on a decent amount of these videos, is a lot of times nowadays, footwork-wise, okay, I think I did a video about these hots like this right before the Super Bowl too. But this little 1 step and go, he's got his feet already lined up. Just catch it and throw it, like turn in 2. No footwork, no movement, catch and throw. As opposed to what a lot of guys now seem like they like to do is either shuffle or left, right. And to me, that's too much time. You can beat this by turn and 2. And again, the space for me is there. It sure looks like he's trying to go all the way out here. And again, I don't know what their hot answers are. I can just tell you, in my experience, anecdotally, this is available with feet that don't move, catch and throw. Especially, it's actually easier to the left because you're already lined up left foot forward. So catch, throw, catch, throw. He actually takes right, left, right. I mean, that's not for me. And maybe that's how they teach it. Chuck and duck. That's for the fucking Super Bowl. I mean, I shouldn't even laugh about it. Like, put it right on Ayuk. There's no way you can be surprised that Spags blitzes in this situation. No way. And again, I honestly think he was going to Jennings on the outside. Catch and throw. Whoop. They're going 5-0 protection-wise. Now, the other thing about this, and this is one of those things that just grinds me. There's an element here of what I consider, I feel like people fall in love with positionless football. Okay, and I think there's value of it on this side of the ball specifically and offensively. But these guys, really, they aren't X's. And what I mean by that is they can't do everything. Not everybody can do everything. And so what I say that is because this is a really good tight end. Really good. He probably doesn't have a whole lot of experience from being the 6th protector from the backfield. I've already shown him winning at the line, in line. This is a choice. You're deciding to put 85 here versus 23. This is a play I would imagine McCaffrey would come up and take the hit off here. So we might not even be hot. Maybe 85 is supposed to come over here and block this guy, and they just can't get it sorted out. Maybe Purdy should tell 85 what to do. I don't know. Do you need your young quarterback telling your all-pro tight end what to do? I personally, okay, and this is just me, and this is where I kind of go sideways with this drop back game. I go sideways a lot of places. But this is for the Super Bowl. I want my guys doing what they do best. So I wouldn't be mad if you're in empty here. But I don't think this is what this guy does best. I just don't. So it's a tough spot to put him in. Like, yeah, that doesn't make it okay to not block the guy you're supposed to block if that's your guy. And only those guys know because they know the call. But it doesn't make sense to me. I just want to die with my guys doing whatever they're best at. And that doesn't look like this, in my opinion. Now, maybe they disagree, and maybe they think Kittle's the best at doing this. Maybe they were trying to help with Chris Jones. There can be a bunch of different reasons to do it. But even if that's not the case, and say we're just reading this out and Purdy's surprised that he's hot to the left, the dart is open. I mean, the inside slant is open. Catch and throw. He's not even throwing it to him. I honestly, I really, really struggle with this one because of where Kittle is and the way that it's played. And maybe he is throwing it to Ayuk and it's just a little late. I mean, it's batted, so who the hell knows? It's just, it hurts my soul, like my football soul, to know that you get a 5-0 here. So we're fanning this. So here and here. And we've got a guy. They have another guy that they're blitzing. You don't have to be a pass pro genius to realize that's almost for sure his guy. And I just feel like this offense, wide backs, guys doing crazy shit, guys lining up 5 yards. It's like just there's an element, especially in the drop back game, where if they were just more sound, they'd be Super Bowl champions. Oh my God, that is sickening. Now we're in overtime, 3rd and 2, big play here, massive. We're going to hit Ayuk up top. We're going to get in a 3-by-1 and a medium bunch. Ayuk's going to work that little short post or follow. It's 0. This got a chance to be a massive play. It's a big time conversion. It's a really nice job from Purdy. This is also outstanding scheme. Once you get past the kind of static condensed formation, they do a nice job of sorting this thing out. Technically, the free runner is going to be 23, the linebacker on the right, green dogging. On the body on the break, massive first down. Massive. So again, it is cover 0. They are rolling the dice. You got Ayuk. He makes that guy miss. That thing's to the house. Inbreaker. Great job from Purdy. Throw this in with a little A. Yeah, that's a little A. That's lowercase a right there, y'all. A. That's a really nice play. Overtime, big conversion, 3rd down, situational ball, getting zeroed. Just answering the bell, 13. Well done. Really like the full slide protection as well. Right on him. Let's roll. Next one here, 2nd and 11. Empty again. This sure looks like Haas juke. We've got Debo on the juke. We got the seams. We got the hitches on the outside. This is just Purdy making a play. Your favorite fullback making a hell of a play too. Jokes aside, that's a hell of a football play. Catch, reach, get a first down. Glad it's a catch nowadays. But again, there's not a lot of places for this ball to go, coach. You know, how you want to read this out? For me, I expect Debo to beat a linebacker on a juke route. He not. That's not winning. Now we've got to go. Great job by 44, man, right there. Look at the double mailbox. Flash it. Flash it for me. There it is. Like, really nice catch. Not the greatest throw in the world, and a great reach for a first down. Just a massive, massive play from Juszczyk. That's awesome. So again, a little bit funky as far. First of all, let me just say that I love empty wing. So we've got 2 up top. You got 3 eligibles down here. The reason I say it's Haas-wide juke, it just looks like Haas-wide juke. Here's the hitches. Now these seams are a little funky because he's such a bender up top, but then this looks like a juke to me too. So up, across. Not a lot of great answers. There really aren't a lot of places for this ball to go. So it's a really nice job by Purdy just extending, overcoming some of the deficiencies in this drop back game. Hell of a catch from 44 right there and an unbelievable reach. Big play. Again, it's wild to me that 19 they keep getting, and this isn't even a target, but the intent of this thing is trusting that he can win. He can beat man coverage right there. There's nothing about that. They're all over that. 13, great job pulling up. Nice catch, 44. Wow. Next one here. Man, this one's a bummer. Last one, 3rd and 4. We're going to fake the jet sweep, have a free runner running through. We've got potential touchdowns here, multiple spots. Now, there's a lot we're going to talk about on this one. A lot. And I'm not sure there's anything you could do from Purdy's standpoint there. For me, the first thing I want to talk about is it's 3rd and 4. So just the decision of what are we going to do? We're going to run it. We're going to throw it. I don't think anybody would be that mad at them running it here and then going for it on 4th down as the first part. But if we're going to kick the field goal, okay, and so we're going to throw it here, this jet sweep using this guy as a decoy, probably not my favorite thing. And it doesn't mean that he's not great off the ball. We know that he is. It's just not my favorite thing. What is 100% not my favorite thing is pulling the center here. So shotgun snap, pull the center. I hate this. Okay, I hate that. Now, what I do like are the route options. Just about everybody runs this type of play down here, where you run this little like arrow or whip. So you sell that slant and come out of it, and that's almost universally one. Then there's almost always this back pylon kind of race to the over 2. And then you run like this backline post or whip on the backline 3. So the first thing here is that this is probably going to be there. This is definitely there. Guess what? 19 stops, gets hit, quits. That's tough, man. So, I mean, this is here. I know people are falling in love with this. Purdy probably gets to this if he doesn't like one and he has time. But I really, really dislike pulling the center here. I just can't. You're putting everybody in a tough spot and again, philosophically, why I dislike it is you pull the center to distort the second level of the defense, right? Like that's not going to distort the corner or the safety necessarily. The second level of the defense. Well, the second level of the defense, you're not trying to get like a pop pass here or a drift, right? That's not what we're trying to do. So it would be one thing if this play was, double post, like that's what we're trying to do. And then this is guys running like a shallow underneath where, okay, we're trying to get this. Yeah, let's distort it and pull this guy. Well, that's not what they're doing. They're trying to go 1 here, 2 here, 3 here. Well, that has nothing to do with the second level of the defense. It's a deficiency in this passing game that the pass protection is not the first thought. And it has been. So the center pulls, which puts our backup right guard in a really tough spot. Really tough spot. So when the center pulls here, initially, I want to talk through a few different things here. And again, we're not in the huddle. We don't know exactly what the rules are, but let's just assume that the center is supposed to pull. So then we're almost guaranteed to be gap down, and then what are we doing over here? Well, these guys get paid to rush. So you almost always want big on big. I said almost always. If you get hit with some pressure or something, you got to have some squeeze rules where guys would come down. But it's just a universal rule. If there's a dude with his hand on the ground, he probably should be being blocked by an offensive lineman most times. That's kind of like 101 pass pro. But my thing about it is this is 95. So I love this pass pro if 95 is right here. Because then we got big dog coming down on him, and I'm all about that life. Like, I love this. So how I would want to call this play in the huddle is we can do your fancy pop stuff if 95's here. If 95's not here, let's get a call to just go normal pass protection, 5-0. Let's go full slide. You bring in McCaffrey across here, just have him come across here and cut whoever's on the edge. We've seen him do that too. There are so many different answers. What you can't do here is have your backup right guard get confused, step down, and then take the wrong guy, and then have the all-world defensive tackle be a free runner. It just cannot. It cannot happen. So yeah, certainly the right guard makes a mistake, but the scheme doesn't help him. The pass protection is not the priority. Whether we're getting our quarterbacks hurt or the pass protection remains not a priority, it just is killing this offense when things matter most. Again, even if the right guard goes to Chris Jones, 20's still going to be running through there. Now, he probably gets a throw off. So say he goes here and he goes out here, he's still going to run, but at least he's from depth. The other thing you could do is squeeze this thing, go right guard, right tackle, and you're still going to have a free runner, like however you sort it out. But man, you've got to be able to at least get the play off. All for being cute, pulling the center. For who, for what, guys? For who, for what? Not for touchdowns. Damn. So that is a wrap. I mean, a bummer from the 49er perspective, no doubt about it. I think before you do anything with this game, you have to acknowledge how good the corners were for Kansas City. The coverage was outstanding. Chris Jones wrecked the game, a few different really crucial down and distances. I thought Spags called a great game. I thought it was a little bit predictable as far as timely pressures. We talked about it leading up to the Super Bowl. You can't be surprised by it. Felt like the 49ers were surprised by it. Thought the 49ers got off to a really nice start. One of those games where, pretty rare actually, where I probably thought Brock Purdy played better than he did. I thought he missed a few throws. I thought he certainly didn't get any help from the scheme for the vast majority of it. The perimeter, creating any space to throw it, wasn't very helpful. Didn't like, certainly some of the drop back stuff for sure. No doubt about it. I think we went through it pretty systematically over the course of this video. But you have to acknowledge the fact that Purdy didn't look quite as polished as he normally does, whether it was his timing, his footwork, his anticipation, his ball placement, all of the above. Then you couple that with some struggles, certainly a bunch of different places, whether it was not getting enough out of a good first half, whether it was not taking advantage of turnovers, whether it was not taking advantage of some opportunities that they had for big plays down the field. I mean, that was a constant theme we talked about over the course of the season. And that's really not even touching on the fact then that they essentially put 19 in jail. I mean, he was not available for most of that thing. And I get it. You're dealing with a hamstring injury. They were dealing with all sorts of bummer injury bugs on both sides of the ball. But man, to have an opportunity there at the end on a few crucial third downs, in the overtime one, even if you score a touchdown, they're going to go down, score a touchdown, go for two. It's a coin flip. The third down at the end of regulation, though, that thing's going to win the game. It's going to win the game. And we've got a free runner. We've got Kittle in the backfield. We've got the dart. We've got the inside slant. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to live with. That's a real tough L. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I appreciate your support with the channel. I really do. It's been a fun season. I'll see you on the other side. Have a good one.